Hey Commanders fans, get ready, because today we have exclusive news about our team and you can't miss a single detail. So take advantage and subscribe to the channel, activate the bell to receive everything firsthand, and of course, leave a like to strengthen our support and show that there are only true fans here. Our commitment is to always bring you the latest updates, news, and everything that goes on behind the scenes at Commanders. So, without further ado, let's check out today's news. Commanders face pressure to make crucial decision about Terry McLaurin's future. The Washington Commanders are facing a vital decision that could directly impact the future of the franchise, whether or not to renew the contract of one of their biggest stars, wide receiver Terry McLaurin. After years of instability and frustrating seasons, the Commanders finally seem to have found a solid path to success. The run that took the team to the NFC Championship game last season rekindled fans' hopes and showed that the team is ready to compete at a high level. However, maintaining that success requires strategic decisions, and one of the most important involves McLaurin. In its off-season moves, Washington has shown ambition by bringing in big names, such as All-Pro wide receiver Deebo Samuel, in a clear attempt to further strengthen the roster. But ensuring the retention of players who are already part of the team's core is just as essential as signing new stars. In this context, Terry McLaurin appears at the top of the list of priorities. The veteran, who is coming off his best season in the NFL, has recorded 13 touchdowns in 2024, the most of his career, as a top target for quarterback Jayden Daniels. His connection with the new QB and his consistent performance have not gone unnoticed, both on and off the field. With just 1 year left on his contract, McLaurin's permanence in Washington is in jeopardy. According to a recent analysis published by RAG, from the website Riggo's RAG, the Commanders' new president of football operations, Adam Peters, has made it a priority to renew with the receiver, recognizing not only his talent, but also his leadership in the locker room. Terry McLaurin continues to be a key piece in the Commanders' plans. His production on the field is undeniable, as is his importance as a leader to the team. Peters wants to count on him in the future, and resolving this situation quickly would have an extremely positive impact on everyone within the organization, wrote RAG. It is true that a renewal with McLaurin will not come cheap. The market for elite wide receivers is increasingly valuable, and players with his profile and consistency are highly sought after. But, as RAG himself pointed out, McLaurin is worth every penny invested. The expectation is that a deal will be reached. The only thing left to know is when that will happen, and how much longer fans will have to wait for this positive outcome. Former first-round pick touted as potential trade candidate by Commanders cornerback Noah Igbinoghene is coming off the best season of his NFL career. But that doesn't mean he'll keep his starting job or even his spot on the Washington Commanders. Roster Sterling Sy of Pro Football Sports Network argued on May 2nd that Igbinoghene is a top trade candidate for the Commanders this summer. Given his performance, there's no guarantee Igbinoghene is a goner, Z wrote. Still, it will be tough for him to outperform two recent second-round picks, which could make him a nice asset for Washington. Given his pedigree and promising performance in 2024, Igbinoghene would be a stealthy trade target for teams in need of slot help. Z included Igbinoghene on a list of potential cut or trade candidates. But clearly the PFSN analyst sees the cornerback as a trade piece. In 2024, his first season with the Commanders, Igbinoghene recorded a career-high 55 combined tackles, including 1 tackle for loss. He also recorded 7 pass defenses. Igbinoghene started 10 games for Washington, after starting just 5 games in his first 4 NFL seasons. The Miami Dolphins selected Igbinoghene 30th overall in the 2020 NFL Draft. Why the Washington Commanders could trade cornerback Noah Igbinoghene. Washington hasn't had much opportunity to add to its roster until the 2025 NFL Draft. but the team did add another cornerback in the second round. The Commanders have selected a cornerback in the second round in each of the last 2 years. Hyde explained that these picks are a key reason why Igbinoghene could be the outlier for Washington this fall. The Washington Commanders only had 5 picks in the draft, with 3 of them going to offense. However, they did add Ole Miss cornerback Trey Amos in the second round, Z wrote. A driven cornerback, Amos played primarily on the perimeter in college and should fit in there alongside Marshawn Lattimore. This would allow second-year pro Mike Sainristil to return to the position, where he played primarily at Michigan. Of course, this means that veteran cornerback Noah Igbinoghene could be relieved of duty. One could argue that the Commanders got a first-round cornerback with Ole Miss Trey Amos. The Commanders were able to draft Amos at number 61 overall, which was the 4th last pick of the second round. Commanders buzzing about Jadeveon Clowney as analysts fuel speculation. The Washington Commanders are short on edge rushers heading into the new season, so it shouldn't be a surprise to see the franchise linked to a new name on the free agent market. Jadeveon Clowney was cut by the Carolina Panthers after securing Nick Scorton and Princely Umanmielen during the draft. It was a business decision, though some fans felt that keeping the veteran edge rusher as a mentor would be more beneficial than simply releasing him. There may have been something going on behind the scenes between Clowney and general manager Dan Morgan, but there's no way to say for sure. Either way, this puts another Pro Bowl player under scrutiny and potentially within the Commanders' reach, if they identify him as someone who could help. Commanders named among potential suitors for veteran edge rusher Jadeveon Clowney. CBS Sports' Jordan Dajani put the Commanders at the center of speculation, listing Washington as number 1 on his list of potential suitors for Clowney. The analyst believes he would be a solid addition, especially considering Dante Fowler Jr. left for the Dallas Cowboys in free agency. The Washington Commanders failed to draft a pass rusher in the draft, despite it being a notable need. Their 2024 sack leader Dante Fowler Jr. signed with the Dallas Cowboys in free agency, and his 10.5 quarterback takedowns were more than all Washington's other defensive ends combined. Clowney would be a solid addition to a team looking to win now, as some of the other moves general manager Adam Peters has made since last year's trade deadline indicate. Jordan Dajani: there's a lot to like about this pick. The Commanders are ready to win now, so they would be an attractive destination for the 32-year-old former number 1 pick. They could also offer him a role as a situational edge rusher or a run-stopping 4-3 defensive end with the freedom to generate pressure at will. A lot will depend on how much money Clowney wants. He's made a lot of money over the course of his career, so taking a little less to join a team with a legitimate Super Bowl chance seems feasible. Those worried about his locker room fit shouldn't be, given how his leadership and drive showed last season in Carolina. Adam Peters will consider it. His aggressive approach this offseason has shown that. Whether that translates into anything more is another question, but it's not hard to imagine how someone with Clowney's credentials would be an excellent addition to the cast.